Evening all.
Evening.
Another traffic talk pod. Match review from three of the most frustrated fans you're probably going to see on any internet platform tonight. United were within seconds of securing 3 crucial points and getting, let's say, a bit more relaxed before Liverpool and Manchester City play. But Everton somehow, like they did to come back from 2-0 in the second half, managed to squeeze out a 3-3 draw. I mean, for the neutral, it's a great game. Great for them. For us, me, Kai, and Mehdi, we are quite the opposite. This defeat it feels like a defeat. We're hurting.
Yeah, sure does.
Lads, I am just pissed. That's all I can say. I am
Pissed.
pissed.
Pissed ain't the word.
God knows how bad this feels, and we now have to sit tomorrow afternoon and watch the absolute ridiculousness that will be taking place at Anfield. We don't advocate supporting Liverpool, but this might be a measure we have to take to sustain a little bit of hope in our chase to Manchester City. Because now I think we are, no matter what I think, we are now in the thick of a challenge to the title. I don't think we are considering our options anymore. 23 games in, City have a game in hand and one coming up soon. We've got to pray, boys. I don't know what to say, but to talk about the game, my simple assessment is this. It's a burden on us now to have dropped 2 points like we have. But we've got to look at where it went wrong for us at the very end. Kai, you say it's David De Gea. I'll get your thoughts set in a second. Mehdi, I haven't asked you this question yet because I asked this before I went live. Who, in your opinion, is at fault for not defending the equaliser on that occasion?
I don't think it's one player. I think it's De Gea, Lindelof, Maguire. That trio, they need to. I don't even want to say what I want to say.
Listen, my friend, you're an open forum. This place is a safe place. I can guarantee you I'm as angry as you are. So if you can say what you wish tonight, this is the best opportunity to do so.
For me, them three, they're not good enough. I think De Gea, he's played in good moments this season, but ever since like last season and the season before, he just hasn't been him. For me, let him go. I don't care. I've had enough. Maguire, the fact that we paid 80 million for him, man, he's undroppable. I don't know why. Like, why? Why doesn't Oli want to drop him? He can put in a bad performance, but he'll get away with it. He'll always be the first name on the team sheet. He's not special. He's not better than anyone else in their team. Yeah, they're all their team. They're playing together. So for me, them and Lindelof, this guy is too soft. He can't play.
Too soft.
He's too soft. It's like
no backbone.
That, if I was playing as a striker against him, yeah, I'd always be on him. He's too soft. Like he just sometimes just be a dickhead. Sometimes that's what you have to be as a centre back. Like I don't understand it. How you can go 2-0 up and just bottle it like that. Defending is shocking. We've conceded 30 goals in 23 games. I'm sorry, that's like relegate. That's a relegation side.
Mm-hmm.
We're Man United, fam. We need centre backs in January. I think we need actually 2 centre backs because.
I mean the summer actually because we've passed January.
Yeah, in summer. Because Bay got injured again. Twanzebe's inconsistent at the moment. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but Lindelof and Maguire, they are not good enough for me.
Awesome.
All right, Kai, go ahead, mate.
Exactly what he said. I can't even put any different. De Gea, the last 2 seasons, obviously he's come back to a little bit of form, but overall the last 2 seasons he hasn't been what he was before. Time to let him go. Give Hendo a chance to play now because he's making too many mistakes. That first goal, there's no way you should be punching that ball straight to a player. You hit it away or pull it out of the area or something. Catch the ball. Why are you palming it out like that? The first half was one of the best first half I've seen from us in a long time. We dominated that first half, 2-0 up. We should have gone on to win that game 3-0. And we can see 2 stupid goals. And then the last goal, where's the leaders to get that ball away? Last second of the game, you're telling me you can't see it out. There's no one there. Everyone just lets the ball float over. No one's being commanding or anything. Yeah, the centre backs are awful. Maguire, Lindelof, get rid of them, man. But the reason why we're not going to drop Maguire because we haven't got no one else. We haven't got no other defenders. Our defense is so light. We ain't got no one to. If we had to drop him, who we going to bring on? Like Bailly's always injured. Tuanzebe don't play often enough, and I wouldn't trust him to start every game. So we haven't got. Who else have we got? Phil Jones. It's the only other defender we got. Might as well start playing Jones when he gets fit.
Exactly.
Can't do any worse. But yeah, man, the defense we need to in the summer. We need 2 centre backs. If we don't get 2 centre backs, I don't care about attacking players. Right now, we need to focus on centre backs. That's where we need to start with 2 top centre backs in the summer, and that's what needs to be done for me because it's not good enough. Too many goals.
What do you want to say, Mehdi? What do you want to say?
I was gonna say we sold Rojo. I was happy with that, but at the same time, I wanted to keep him for at least another year because look at this. Look at the predicament we're in. We learned out Mengi, which I thought he deserved to be given a chance. If Tuanzebe's been given a chance, then Mengi deserves at least a chance to be playing.
True.
Like this defending is shocking. I actually don't understand it. And yes, the players have to take criticism, but who's coaching? Who's actually in charge of setting out the team, like structuring the coaching? Yep. It's Oli and his staff. They have to take criticism. I've got people telling me that you have to blame the player. Of course, you have to blame the players because
of course
the goals we conceded, they're unacceptable. But the manager has to take criticism as well because first of all, he made the subs too late. He had 2 subs available to him for that last 10-15 minutes. Just make a sub and waste a bit of time. Be smart about it. And Ashley Young, this guy, he was smart. He would, whenever we'd be winning 1-0 with a couple minutes to go, he'd be taking his time on throw-ins, set pieces. You just have to show a bit of shithousery. I said it last week. De Gea, you got a goal kick. Take your time.
Exactly. You can get a yellow card if you have to. Take a yellow card. Waste some time. Exactly.
It's a yellow card. He's not going to get banned. I don't understand the players sometimes.
Can't see out a game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. I don't like putting this at the one, but I have to. The fact of the matter is, we've just seen United drop 2 points for what feels like the upteenth time this season. To be precise, that's the 6th time this season we've had a draw. In terms of dropping points, this is far too common now for me to consider us really challenging for the title. But we're accidentally landed ourselves in it because we played so well. This is what I think. Again, others will say we're actually in a title race because of the way our season's panned out. In my honest opinion, I stand by what I say. I believe it sticks true to this minute. We still cannot take ourselves seriously as a title-winning side until we strengthen that defense, have someone that does the simple task of cleaning up in front of the centre halves, and then the attack works its magic. If you can't if you can't have the personnel to do that in a consistently week in, week out in every competition, there you go. You're leaking goals. 30 this season. I think we conceded less this time last year. I'm quite sure we conceded. Not as much, but a bit less than that. Just a little bit less. Defense was still not as good, and we only had Maguire for no more than 8 months. But at the same time, this is still a very big, raises a lot of alarm bells. We still cannot defend free kicks that come across the defensive line. This is the 5th time now we've seen a ball that's been flushed across the front of the defense and has been either not read by a defender or the keeper hasn't claimed it. De Gea has the blame for this one. I think he must take responsibility for not claiming the ball. But I also want to know, or in any case, I want to know why my centre-backs or even those who are aerially solid or can get to the ball first are letting the man at the near post, let the man at the near post get onto the ball first, and then he can determine what to do next. While the keeper is still static, waiting for the next motion to hopefully be the ball going out for a throw in the far side. We don't worry about what happens. Unfortunately, no. We'll come back to that later. I'll try my best not to dwell on it. That wasn't the only goal United conceded today, though. It feels like one that lost us the game. It pretty much feels like a defeat. We were leading 2-0. Brilliant header by Cavani. Great work. We dominated that 20-minute period at the end of the first half. We looked very good. And Fernandes scored the Cantona-esque chip that we were all probably, fantastic goal. You got to give props to him. Under different circumstances, we would be celebrating a great goal, and we think, well, this could be goal of the season, maybe one of the best goals we've ever seen at Old Trafford. That maybe could lead to going into like the top 100 goals one day. It deserves that, but we don't. But we let ourselves go again in the second half. But what I want to know is from you guys' point of view, how did United let the 2-0 lead slip so quickly? And what would you narrow that down to?
I don't understand how, because we were 2-0 up at half time. Coming into the second half, we should have come into the game with second half with confidence. We're 2-0 up. Let's go and kill the game off, get a third. I don't understand how you can come from playing so well, go into the second half and see 2 goals in that short space of time. And they're not even good goals. The first goal is a mistake. The second goal, you're not closing anyone down. You give Hammers a free shot on the edge, like near the edge of the area. So it's very confusing because you played so well in the first half. Should have taken that momentum into the second half and carried on playing well. How has this man? Have you managed to concede these goals? I just don't understand. Confusing.
Yeah, for me, you see what it is. It's like when you're playing FIFA. You're winning 2-0 halftime, then the opponent just scores 2 goals just like that.
Yeah.
The goals they scored, it all came from our mistakes, and that's what annoys me so much because for me, I think I'm not blaming it all on De Gea, but I think De Gea can do better with all 3 goals. For me, that's why I think the second goal you can move across.
The first one, especially. The first one is really impressive me. It's a soft pass. It feels like a pass that comes moving. Has given
I could have caught that.
Yeah,
I would have caught that. I'm not even a goalie. So how can you not?
For years, I've been a 5-a-side goalkeeper. I'm 5'9". He's 6'4". Even me at 5'9", I can jump onto that ball. I'm sure you guys, as you say, can too.
Of course.
But our world-class goalkeeper, allegedly, our world-class goalkeeper is palming the ball into the pass of Abdoulaye Doucouré instead of catching it or trying his best to deflect it as far away from the blue shirt as possible.
I can't believe it when I saw that. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Odds on, if Dean Henderson will start this week against West Ham, a similar ball. No, he will because it's a cup tie.
Yeah, true.
If it's a cup tie, he'll start this week. I feel like he'd do better with that ball into the box.
He would have caught that. He would have caught that. I'm sure he would have caught that.
There you go. So that's one problem. My second problem was the equaliser. For first equaliser, when Rodriguez is free on the edge of the area. Now he's lethal with his left foot. We know this by now. All of us would have seen his time at Real Madrid, how he was progressive on the ball. Anytime he's on the edge of the area on his left foot, it's a danger. He'll score. He did it at Bayern for a long time as well. Yeah. So that's an obvious warning sign.
No one defends.
Fred was the nearest player to him. Now I understand he's come on off the Pogba's injury, but at the same time, I had thought he'd have seen where Rodriguez is and gone out to him, but he didn't. This time, the defense did their job. They all stayed in position. They marked a man, but they didn't have like the awareness to spot out the space for Fred to cover between him and Rodriguez, which was easy to pick up, and it was a very easy, good finish. Credit where it's due. He's a top-class player. He scores top-class goals. De Gea beaten at his near post again. Makes no excuse for him to, again, an excuse cannot be had for De Gea not saving that shot. Half the time, he saves those shots in the near post. So, defense today will Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They were good in some aspects and then let themselves down when it really mattered. Twice they let goals in, which are easy to deal with, I think. We say now we mustn't think about the forwards. I don't care for Sancho. I don't care for Haaland. I don't care for who in your right mind is the next big signing for Man United in the attack. No. I've been saying it for time. I say it again. Strikers score you goals, but defenses win you championships. Strikers win you games, defenses win you championships.
Yep.
That's the principle of a football team. If your defense is good enough to stop any attacking world football to dominate you and score freely at will, you are on step one on the way to getting to championships. And
good attacking players. So
that's the point.
Get good defense in. Exactly.
our attack's good enough. I genuinely think our attack's good enough.
Of
I
course
know
our attack's
Cavani's not a long-term option, but while
Nah, but
he's
here for
here,
now.
he is
Doing
top
well.
class. He
Of
scored
course,
against
world
it.
class.
6
That's
goals
world
this
class.
season.
World
This man
class.
is actually really good. Off the ball, he contributes. Fernandes
That's
is
running
really-
around. That 33, the guy's running around more than most players. Guy's got
He's in-
energy.
He's
Energy.
incredible. He's incredible.
Today the defense is Maguire, Lindelof, and De Gea. I want to see the pundits, Roy Keane, whoever's on today, to question them. I don't want to see them. I actually want to see them question Maguire, Lindelof, and De Gea, because every other play on that pitch was superb. Only them three.
Roy Keane don't like De Gea anyway. I remember he had to go.
Yeah, I agree. The Spurs game.
Yeah, he don't like De Gea at all, so he'll grill him. If he was on today, he would have destroyed him and the defense. He would have destroyed them.
I don't want
every single play on that pitch was.
Okay, other than them three, everyone else done their job. Shaw, the midfield was good. McTominay was good. Yeah.
Everyone was great. Everyone was great. I agree with Matty's point. That triangle, goalkeeper and 2 centre halves, were the only letdown today. They did not feel sufficiently with those attacks into the box.
And they lost us the game effectively because
yes.
If you have players in your team that don't do well, especially the centre backs and the goalkeeper, you're not gonna win games.
Absolutely.
Look at City. They brought Ruben Diaz. Yeah, we were linked with him.
Great defender. If we had got him now, we would have been doing what Man City are doing. If we had him in our defence, he's better than any of our defenders.
We were linked with him like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember. We should have got him.
The recruitment in this team to think that you can pay 80 million for Maguire.
And how much was Diaz? I swear he was like half of that. Was he like half of that?
He relegated.
No, he was 60 million, as I remember. But yes,
still less than Maguire though.
Yeah.
I bet you.
What was I saying? At Leicester, he was good, fair enough, but Leicester are not Man United.
Exactly. That's why he looks so good, because he's a weaker team. He's the best player in a weak team, but now he's come to a bigger team. He's being found out. He's being found out because he's not
a leader.
No, he's not a leader. He should be captain. Why did he even get the captain's armband? He don't talk. He's quiet. He looks quiet on the pitch. I don't hear his mouth.
The only example I have of Harry Maguire at points developing or demonstrating any sort of captaincy or leadership in the team is when United are on the attack. When he's defending, he only ever points to Luke Shaw. This is something I captured this watching the United Matchday Plus videos. I think we've all watched them. When you don't have any commentary, there's a video of the key moments of a game where you just listen to the players and their raw atmosphere that takes place on the pitch. And you get to understand each and every player's very particular traits or, let's say, skill that they demonstrate as a communicator, not just as a player with the ball, but as a communicator. I agree. Maguire does not communicate enough with his teammates. Nope. I hear Bruno more. I hear Cavani more. Yep. I can really scarcely imagine a time. In fact, Scott McTominay talks more than Harry Maguire.
Yeah, he's a great captain, I reckon.
He's 23. Model example of a player who plays for Manchester United. The way he scored that third goal today and showed the passion for what it takes to win the shirt.
He's Man United through and through. That's why he's a Man United.
Exactly. That's exactly who I want to have as a captain or of a Fernandez's ilk in the man, rather than someone who's not able to organise a defence or show the ability to consistently perform like he's playing for a team as big as Manchester United. It will lift to the
he actually almost conceded us a goal as well before when he got he thought he got fouled.
Exactly.
Why are you throwing yourself to the ground?
The thing is, it's a foul, but you don't have
You can
it's a foul, but you
get up.
He had so much time to pick a pass. I don't understand why
sometimes he takes too much time on the ball.
Fred
taking 1,000 touches.
He's like, just release it. Like he has so much time to pick a pass.
And Lindelof as well. He does the same. Yeah. He can go forward, but he goes back to De Gea.
There's a point in the first half that keeps really plays him out about Victor Lindelof. He's good with the ball going forward. When it comes to going backwards, the example I have is he is running back towards the byline. He wants the passes to the goalkeeper. But then two Everton players come across and
conceded.
Exactly. Yeah. And they shot out the pass. He still loses the ball. and Digne feeds it into
He's
Richard.
lucky because the hair was out.
Yeah,
The hair was out of the goal.
yeah,
So if
he
got that right. That's a goal.
Yeah, exactly. A cheap goal, which we fashionably concede from
Defense,
time
man.
to time.
Defense is our Achilles heel right now, man. I
They're
swear.
frauds.
Our Achilles heel.
Maguire and Lindelof are frauds.
They're not Man United players, man. They're not.
Absolutely.
They're not players for us, man. They need to
Look,
be.
at the end of the day, we praise on this. We are, as fans, we're allowed to praise you when you do well. We have the right. So you've done good. You deserve our applaud.
Of course, of course.
Today, though, you
They
didn't
don't deserve
perform.
nothing. Nah,
Yeah.
not at all.
Your team, you let our team down. The fans are disappointed because this is a match that United worked hard to get into the lead into twice, and for it to be squandered at the very end is what is painful for us.
I wouldn't have even minded if we had conceded the first 2 goals and the last goal didn't go in. It wouldn't have been that bad if we won 3-2. Okay, we made a couple of mistakes, but we got away. We won the game. But the fact is, we
were
drew,
better as well.
And it feels like a loss.
We were better than Everton as well for long periods.
Of course we were. We deserved to win. We deserved to win the game.
Oh, how many chances did we have? We had the Rashford twice had good chances in this.
Rashford was a bit selfish today, a bit annoying today with his finishing. Man.
Talk
sometimes
to me.
Sometimes he does too much.
Despite Rashford's seasonal performance, is he to you off form right now?
Yeah, he's had a great season, but certain times, man, on the ball, sometimes he tries to do an extra skill when he could shoot. There was a time when he tried to do an extra skill where there's an opportunity to pull it in the far corner. Sometimes he does a bit too much. Doesn't need to do all the fancy footwork sometimes. Just play it simple sometimes. Have a shot, but you'll take the extra touch.
Uh-huh.
For me, people use stats to judge a player on whether they're on form, but for me, he's not off form, but he's just inconsistent at the moment. And it's always been like that with him. He's never been consistent.
Nah.
He's never been clinical. That's what he needs to fix on. I think if Greenwood had the chances that he had, I think he had that one chance in the first half where
he just hit it wide. Yeah.
I think if Greenwood had the chances Rashford had, he would have scored them. But I just don't understand it. Like, I don't know how you can bottle a 2-0 lead and then concede again in the last minute. It's just so frustrating because
it's funny. If you don't laugh, you're crying because it's just crazy, man.
See, the thing is, our fan base, these people have agendas. They'd rather a player perform well than the whole team. For me, if Bruno wasn't here, I'm supporting Man United regardless.
Of course.
Retires, I'm still supporting Man United.
Of course, it's not about one player.
Man
it's about
United
team.
first, man. These fans, they prefer players over the team.
Nah, man, I've never been like that. Can't be like that. We've lost so many good players over the years. How many players have left United? Great players.
Many.
Got to continue. Ronaldo, all these Beckham, all these great players we had, they've gone. We still continue. We're Man United.
I brought this up with someone else this week. When we lost, when Mahal was in charge, the likes of Chicharito, Van Persie, Nani, and etc. in 2015, I thought that time, okay, he's taking a risk here. I mean, as we mentioned this, is it going to work out? In some ways it did, because Martial, Rashford, and Lingard, etc., all burst through. But even now, I still think that time the established names could still have played a role for United.
Of course.
Even if he sold just 1 or 2 of them.
He sold too many players, man. He killed us.
Yeah, that's an example I have for
Nani, Chicharito. He got rid of everyone, man.
Too many experienced players were let go. And it wasn't a bad season that last season United had, 40-50. They did well. No. Why am I comparing it to now is because a lot of the players in this team now are not only established names, but and household names, but they're very easy to pick out if something goes wrong.
True.
And
of course.
You brought up Mason Greenwood today.
Yeah.
I think Mason Greenwood of last season scores that goal against Everton.
Yeah.
Mason Greenwood of last season, who's ruthless and has no fear of who he's playing against.
Yeah.
He picks up that ball and he's going to pop it in the corner. Doesn't matter what the keeper's name is, what your reputation is. He's that confident. I know he's had a hard season. He had, I think, a very okay performance today. He wasn't overly good.
Yeah, he done all right.
Yeah, but we stick to what we said. The attack had chances to kill the game off.
Should have, but I'm not blaming them. No,
had chances, but that's the thing with United. I can't keep up. We can't keep this up. We can't keep having these matches where we're not clinical enough in these games. We showed that the other day, despite playing against 10 men, we demonstrated we can be clinical. I'd like that to apply to matches like these, for example.
Exactly. Yeah, we see that in every game.
Exactly. I said it already once, and I say it again. Our run-in is not easy because of the fact that now City have a really challenging run now. Where I have to look at their fixtures just to.
If they win them games, then I think they're taking.
We cannot see any. Yeah, we cannot see any way the title swifting in any other direction.
No.
They have Liverpool tomorrow. They play in the FA Cup in midweek, which should be a second string side should get through that. They play Tottenham next Saturday. Then they have rearranged. They play the rearranged fixture against Everton, which was on the 17th. That's their game in hand. So crucially, this game will determine all our hope.
We had one today.
We win this.
League title's over.
Oh yeah, I'm not even thinking about the league now. It's just getting Champions League now. It has to be.
That's why I'm saying stay close as you can. People say that. We say we're in the title race. They say we're in the hunt of getting the chance to win the trophy. We've stumbled. I said it at the start. We stumbled on this opportunity because we've played very well and our good form has managed to do it. I'm not going to put that comment on the thing. It's not worth my broadcasting time. My point is, it's not worth broadcasting. I feel like we've had enough bad luck today already. My point is that this is an opportunity United have to. If it goes well for us and City do drop points, I doubt that they will because of how well they're playing against the teams they're coming up against. I see at least United needing to keep within 4 points of them to stay in the Champions League, winning the target games in the Champions League. If they can do that, at least, then we have something to work on. Beyond that, it's a mystery, really. It really is a mystery. So,
you lose too many games, man. Draw too many silly games.
Exactly. That's what I said.
We're talking. Remember, me and you were talking the other day about all the games the points we dropped against teams: Leicester, Palace, obviously Sheffield United, Arsenal, the Liverpool game today. All these points we can be clear right now. We were just if we had a better defender and obviously more clinical players up front, we could be 6 or 7 points ahead of the table right now. But
of course, absolutely,
we're not.
We're not for a reason, and it's the similar reasons you guys just brought up in regards to the results we've had this season. I try not to think too back about that early start in the year. We do need to remember this is a team that barely had break. They had about 24, 25 days. I know people will say it sounds like an excuse, but you don't have a preseason like a proper one. You don't prepare yourself for the teams that come up against you, and you're still probably tired from your exerts or effort into getting into the Europa League final. This is what's going to happen. City, though, will say the same thing, and you've got an entitlement to. They had almost the same amount of time off, and yet still they recovered their season as have United. So, look, let's think of some positives now because we've had a lot of negatives on the show so far. The positives I want to dwell on is number one, while this is a defeat in like theoretical sense, we haven't lost the game actually, but it will feel like a defeat.
Feel like a loss to the players.
Yeah. Well, this is still crucially us with it still 2 points behind them. It's not good to lose points, but we still have the opportunity to overhaul them the next time we play in the Premier League. So that's a good game. Plus, it's against West Brom. So unless Sam has a methodical way of turning up against United,
the way our season's going out, I'm not even going to bank.
No one counts on it, but on paper, United should get past.
Of course,
West Brom. That should be a given. So then we go into the Europa League. So Europa League takes place. Outcome of that is the outcome of that. We don't have a control of what happens there. We just don't. If we get a result against us in Spain, good. If we don't, then we'll see what Oli tries for the second leg. But really, our season now hinges on these next 5 games, I should say, because it's the FA Cup, the Europa League, and Newcastle and West Brom. There's 2 mid-table sides.
Should be beating them, really.
We should beat them in between cup competition. So rotation is needed for West Ham. I know that for sure. We don't have Pogba. We don't have Eric Bailly. I struggle to think that
who's going to play them.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, most of them should play. Tuanzebe, he probably will start on Tuesday, just to one of either Lindelof or Maguire.
Not Maguire. Maguire's starting. It's going to be
Maguire's ever present. So
I
that's
don't
not
miss a game, man. I don't miss a game, man.
They lost Socek today, however. So that is one
3-game ban.
which is a shambles decision, but
It might get overturned. It should get overturned because that was not intentional red card.
Right, well, I
understand
West Ham will appeal it because they need to check for this game. I think Moyes is like Ollie. He will take this the competition seriously, and West Ham will treat this like any other game. So
Lingard can't play against us, though, can he?
Yeah, he can't. No, Lingard on loan at West Ham.
Yeah,
he can't play against the parent club. So he would have to sit this one out. So if they lose Lingard and Socek, then
big loss to them.
Absolutely. Harry Abdi's asked a question saying, is it 1 point gain or 2 points loss? I think we've really covered that in a sense. We've said that it feels like a defeat.
Definitely 2 points lost.
It's a defeat for us. It's a draw, as in like the actual results are draw.
Like a win for Everton. Everton will see that as 3 points.
Well, the table doesn't lie. Everton have actually managed to get within 3 points of Liverpool. For them, Everton now pray that Manchester City beat Liverpool.
Of course.
And that will give them a chance when they play next week to get within level on points to Liverpool in the league. So they can be within the Champions League spots. This for them is a big result, of course. And, I'm not sure if their fans would not be so sure that they were going to get this point, but they did. And, it is what it is. But, granted, as I've said, the next 5 games are crucial. So let's look ahead to Tuesday now. We are rotating. It's a cup tie. We may have to sacrifice something now for the benefit of our season. I have a funny feeling you two will say the Europa League. For me, I think I want to agree with you, but I also think we should still try to challenge for silverware. So that
I want to win a trophy. 100%.
Ollie's credibility depends on it because he could do well in the league, but silverware really determines what a manager's caliber is, and if he's good enough to be in the job that he's in.
Yeah, if he don't win that this season, gone.
Yeah, exactly. If he's not winning anything this season, and United get top 4 anyway, which looks more and more likely with the way we're playing. If we get top 4 and not win anything, you start to ask more questions. I don't think the guys will think about it this week, and they've got another trophy to win. But the reality is, we've got to win something this season. So, in your eyes, what's the more likely sacrifice United need to make? Last season, we got to the semi-finals of both the FA Cup and the Europa League. We had to make a decision on each of those. So, what this time? What do we do this time?
I think the FA Cup may be probably easier to win, I'd say.
Yeah.
I reckon the Europa League has got some. I know there's some difficult teams in there still, so that's going to be. I reckon that'll be very difficult to win. To be fair, so I think I'd say maybe the FA Cup, but I don't think. I think we're still. I think Ollie will still try and win all the trophies anyway. He'll still go strong in the Europa League, even though you probably see players like Mata and Tellez and these kind of players that Van der Beek, they'll play. But I reckon he'll try and still want to win as many competition as possible, because that will save him. If he don't win nothing this season, then I reckon it's time for him to go.
Okay.
Yeah. I think FA Cup is easier to win, but because in the Europa League, there's like Napoli, Ajax, AC Milan,
good teams in there.
Inter Milan, I think. There's still good teams left in the competition. Personally, I don't feel the way we're looking with this defense, I don't think we can win a trophy, because if you look at City, they'll get to the final of the FA Cup, and probably, if we get to the final, then it will be us versus City, and City will absolutely demolish us.
Because we come like this.
And our defense is shocking.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna win a trophy. I think we'll get top 4. I don't think we'll win a trophy. I think we'll get far in both competitions, like semi-final or quarter-final.
Not again. I can't take that pain, man.
People accept this. The thing that's the thing with some.
Nah, not me, man.
Some fans that back Ollie, they use small things like, oh, we've gone unbeaten a whole year. They use records like this to. They over exaggerate it in a way that, like, it should justify him being in the job for this long.
True.
Like, that's the thing now. I don't know. But if I was in charge, I would have sacked him a long time ago. People can call me reactionary, No, that's.
I agree with you, man. I'm not Oli fan either, man. I'm not a fan of him at all.
No, again, I am
Done
the
some good
minority.
things. Done some good things, but nah, not for
I
me.
am the minority here, ladies and gentlemen. I do support the manager, but as I've said before, he is open to criticism if things don't go well. So let's say I try to make it a balanced argument. So let's say if I, with one hat on being Oli in hat, yes, we still have something to play for this season. Yes, we still have top 4 because we're still 2 points behind City and ahead of all the other sides that are considered top 6 at the moment. We're also, if I just refer to the table again, we're also, I think, in a prime position. Leicester can't overtake us this weekend unless they win 5-0. That's the only way that we can drop from second downwards. So the guarantee is we'll be fine where we are. We just have to keep being consistent and not drop points in the way we've done. If we get beat by a good team or a team plays very well and we don't turn up, fine. But I'd rather we have good performances and keep the consistency going. If we're in the other hat, though, with the Oli, those cynics of the manager, I can see where the lack of enthusiasm thing comes from, because it's a repeat offence now. He's not particularly drilling these players to cut the same mistakes out that keep on happening in games which we've seen numerous times before. These balls into the box ahead of each defender, or the constant inability to maintain results against sides that United either are beating or could not beat. So, like right now, our bogey team is, I think, but Everton can't be a bogey team because we've not lost this season to Everton. No. I think normally our bogey team is, I hate to say it's Arsenal, because we haven't beaten them under Oli. And that's the sort of like hill that Solskjaer cannot get over. Whenever we play Arsenal, it's always we can't beat them.
And they're not even good. And they're not even a good team.
And they're not even good. Yeah, exactly. So
they lost today again. I can't believe we lost to them this season. I can't believe we didn't get 6 points this season against Arsenal. They are awful as well. Arsenal.
1 point in 6 against Arsenal is not
poor.
Good.
That makes me feel sick.
I guess another thing, again, with the other hat on, the cynics will say he hasn't picked up points against certain teams this season who United should beat. So that should be a sign to, pull the trigger. I'd say for the fact that Solskjaer has done such a good job to keep United in a consistent position, but he is still, I think, in some cases on that tightrope and hovering. He's hovering very much on that tightrope. Any error can knock him off balance, and he won't knock him off completely, because that's the day he gets told that's the end of your time here. He gets knocked off balance by these sorts of results, and the fan base obviously being incredibly frustrated. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, ludicrous or as wild as it may be, but I still think right now he's still got while he's still in the job, he still has a role to play. He still must get these guys up and raring again to play West Ham and get us through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, because then we're one step away from playing at Wembley again, and it gives us a chance to possibly be. I know it's annoying to think about it, but we're getting away from Wembley and a chance to possibly win a trophy this season. So it's a hard nut to crack. West Ham, as I've said, we're rotating for that game. They don't at the moment, pending an appeal. They don't have Souček, and Lingard cannot play against us because it's on loan from United. So what do you guys hope to? What do you hope to see in that game? Not personnel-wise. We know who's rotating in that game. Yeah. We expect to see Dan Van der Beek. We expect to see Xavier and Henderson. We should not. We probably will see Martial. Teles will play, I think, to give short time off. So what do we expect to see from United against West Ham?
Well, with this defense, I'm worried about every game we go into now. With every time I see Maguire and Lindelof in the lineup starting together, I just think what's going to happen to this? Someone's going to make a mistake. It's not consistent. Obviously, we haven't got no one else. We got Tuanzebe, that's it. So he might play against West Ham with Maguire. But even that don't make me really feel that comfortable. Defensively, I always feel worried going into games, because you can see us every game we go into, we make a mistake. Something happens, one of the defenders do something. Well, not every game, but a lot of games they go into. So I'm worried about the defence. Obviously, the forward players coming in like Martial and Van der Beek, obviously they'll have a point to prove. So I'm hoping that they'll take their chance. Any players that get to play that don't play every week, I hope they take the opportunity to shine and hopefully think they can force their way into the first team. So I just hope that we can bounce back from this result today and go and get a victory and move on to the next round. We need this win.
I want to see Ahmed Diallo.
Yeah.
We'll touch on him in a minute. We'll touch on him in a minute. Just focus on the next game. We'll go into the trophies after.
Yeah, I want to see people like Tellez, Twanzebe, Dean Henderson. I want to see Mata and Daniel James play as well, and Van der Beek, of course, Yasser played. We just have to win in it. Obviously, if we can try to win the FA Cup, it would be nice. But I want the league, obviously.
So did I, man.
We're not in a title race anymore, but I'll be happy if we can get top 4 on a trophy. So hopefully we can beat West Ham.
Okay, so you brought up Diallo. I think a lot of us did watch the under-23 game last night when United were, unlike the first team, behind in the game against Blackburn Rovers. And Diallo, Shortire, Hugill all came up to the fore, and Hannibal as well. We must have taken Hannibal. All came good and put United into from 4-2 down to win 6-4 tonight. Diallo pretty much just started the show, 3 assists and a goal.
Yeah.
Brilliant performance. That was probably a huge indicator that we are getting closer to seeing him in the first team. I feel like the point you raised, Maddie, to feeding him into the game against West Ham, that's going to be a big call for Solskjaer to make him this week. Because
I wouldn't start him.
Yeah, Ben. So
introduce him into the team is what I mean. Yeah. So introduce him into the team makes sense. I mean, we won't necessarily ask him to play unless the madness happens. Unless we're comfortable. And there are 5 substitutions in the FA Cup, so we don't worry too much about like 3 players who will make a difference. There's more you can make in this competition. So there's a bit more creative freedom and a possibility to introduce him into the team. I also want to talk about Hugo, Shortire, and Hannibal. I think Hannibal needs another year. He's almost there for me. But one more year, and I think he'll get like League Cup.
Maybe a loan. Maybe a loan. Out. Some players will give them
or even a loan out in Europe.
Yeah.
Get some time out in the first team of another club and see if you can adapt, get your game sorted down.
Like Chong and like Chong this season. He's getting a bit.
Chong's done well. He struggled a bit in Bremen because results, not him. But he's gone to Belgium now with Club Brugge. He's doing okay there, so it's good to see.
He scored the other day, didn't he?
Absolutely. So with these 4, they're pretty much like attack-wise, they're the future of the club.
Yeah.
What are we hoping for in terms of the potential for each of these guys?
Every time I see them play in the reserves, they're looking very good. So obviously they won't get to the first team just yet because obviously there's a lot of players in front of them. We still got got Greenwood, Rashford, Marche. They're all quite young, so there won't be a spot for them right now. But maybe obviously give them a loan. Maybe next season, like you said, go to a team in Europe, get a full season of playing like proper first team football, and then who knows if they shine, might be able to bring them in like gradually. Who knows? Have to see it. But they all look very good for the future. Our future, the youth team, and our future looks very good when it comes to these young players. I think we got talent for the next 20 years.
Good.
Yeah, I was speaking to Kai about it, and I was telling him that our academy set up over the years. It's been the one good thing about us. Like regardless of what manager's in charge, that's the good thing about us, that our academy's always been good and there's always a pathway for the first team. I think most of the players that he named, I think like Hannibal, Shortire, Hugo, and Ahmad. I think Ahmad's, for me, I think he's ready to not be starting for the first team, but on the bench, like coming up last 5-10 minutes like that.
Too easy for him in reserves, man.
Yeah, I think Hugo and Shortire and Medjbury. I think Shortire needs probably 2 more years in under 23s, but I want to see Hugo and Medjbury on loan to another club because under 23s football, the standard's not that high. And if you look at Laird, he's on loan at MK Dons. And obviously we've learned out a lot of players like Mengi as well. He's gone to a Derby County, so I want to see
talent, man. Talent's there, man.
I want to see Medjbury because I don't think he'll take Bruno's spot as of now. He's not ready.
Nah, not yet. Nah, no one's taking.
Yeah, too early.
Too early.
He needs a loan for me. Like next season, give him a 1-year loan to maybe a championship club or a team abroad.
Yeah.
And then see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I like the sound of it because
There's a
these
lot of
guys.
talent in our academy, though.
Yeah, our academy is very talented. So many talented players in there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I like the fact that again we're trying our best to find positives in amongst the very dark place where negatives exist. But it's true, there is a lot of potential in the academy right now, and it's exciting to see. Thanks to Ahmed's arrival, he's made it so we are watching a little bit more than Trevor. Not just for him, but because of the performances of everyone else. And there is some traits that some of the players have at that level, which would be very much welcome in the first team. My worry, obviously, is yes, we are putting pressure on them a little too soon by watching one player and seeing everyone else performing well, thinking they could be there in tomorrow even. But no. We are, as you say, we are just going to have to wait and see how they develop over the next few months. It's also true that under 23 football isn't the most entertaining football in the world. It's very stops. It's very lacks a little bit of the not technicality. But these guys are young. They are obviously developing in their game. You expect mistakes to happen more or less often. So you can give them a little bit there. Okay, so I said Fernandez was man of the match. What about you?
Yeah, Fernandez. I'll say Fernandez. Who else impressed me? Obviously, the fullbacks impressed me again today.
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka's getting better in every performance. Luke Shaw, once again, solid. Has got an assist. McTominay was very good as well. I like Scott today. Scott done well. Got a goal as well. But I'd say, overall, Bruno, especially for that goal. That goal was too much. What a goal.
Eric Cantona, wherever you are.
Jesus Christ. Bruno, what a player, man.
We paid tribute to him today.
He didn't deserve that, man. He didn't deserve that to be for that draw. Him and Cavani didn't deserve that today.
Exactly.
I agree. Nadia, how about you?
I think it's probably got to be Bruno, but every player apart from Lindelof, Maguire, and De Gea I mean, Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw again. Wan-Bissaka is actually getting very good going forward. You can see his footwork and his dribbling's gone better.
Of course.
He's doing little cross turns here or there, doing chops. But I think Bruno, the thing that impressed me most was his decision making. I don't think he lost the ball that much. Maybe
not as much as normal now.
Yeah, I think that's what impressed me the most about him today. That he didn't really lose the ball that much, and his decision making was spot on most of the time. But the whole team was good apart from
those three
losers.
Well,
Bruno man of the match, 100%.
Thanks. That's nice of all of you to agree. We have unanimously decided the Portuguese Magnifico is the man of the match. Shout out to Cavani as well, scoring today and putting a shift in. Those two have certainly. I think Cavani is now pretty much asserting dominance over Martial. He's starting games now. It's clear to see how important he is. We obviously have to remember he is 33. He's not a tender, so he's not a young lad anymore, but he still performs incredibly.
When we got him in his prime. Imagine we got Cavani in his prime.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We'd have won so many trophies if we had him in his prime.
Raul Sharma, you can read this one.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. That is fantastic statistics. 50 goals and assists in 55 appearances. Just as he states in the other part, not good enough defensively. We're not winning anything without a good centre back and a CDM. We've touched on that, but that's the future. I want us to have a summer like that where Oli, if instead of putting all these eggs in the Sancho basket,
forget Sancho right now, man.
Yeah.
For now.
I mean, look, Dortmund are in trouble. Yeah, they need money. Good, cool. Sancho wants to go. Good. But still, you're not going to want to do that.
Now, we should be trying to get players from now, looking at players who we're going to get. Try and get the deal done early. We wait until the summer and wait until there's a couple weeks left in the window. Do what other teams do. Plan early before the window opens. Get your players, know who you want to buy, and try and sort it out if you can.
We've all played career mode. I know we're not trying to imply that transfer season is career mode, but we've all played it. We've all, as in our heads on Football Manager or on FIFA, have all played it. We know how to we get our business done early, have our players that we want in there and then, and then when the season starts, Great.
Got the players.
These
Exactly.
players have had a preseason. We've got them in early. They've understood the theory of the philosophy I want from this team. They understand what I want every game, no matter what the occasion, who we play against. They have a task to uphold, loyalty and 100% effort in the shirt. Simple as that. The sooner you get the talent in, the better, more time you have to work with them. And
Exactly.
something that Chelsea did good last year, as you said, was get it done early. And that was the Ziyech, the Werner, and Havertz deals. The rest all came in like every couple of days in the summer. So this summer, now, we have to hope that United just be a little bit more sharper in the market.
Really hope so. Really hope so.
We won't be.
I hope so too.
Yeah,
We won't. No, I know what's going to happen. We're going to wait. We're going to wait long. It's going to be drawn out until the last week. And then we're going to get the players or something.
All we have is hope, boys. All we have is hope. And
He's
then
done the same
as
with
long as-
Cavani. We could have got Cavani so much earlier. If we had Cavani early in the season, who knows what could happen? If we had got him in like before the season started, who knows? Them losses might not have been as bad. He might have scored against Palace, against Tottenham. You just don't know. But we took so long to get him. That's what everyone thought it was a panic buy, because we got him when the season started. Get him before, give him time to gel with the players, and then at least when he comes to the team, he would already have had some training sessions with them, and he'll actually be able to play with them better. But we took so long to get him.
It is, and it's something we've stressed a lot on these shows. The board aren't good enough when it comes to transfers. They take so long. They're labouring. They take forever. We could talk all night about it, but the closest to the end of the season will be more of an idea when we could see where United are and if they are good enough to still be in the top four. Because I think something Perry, who's been on our shows, brings up a lot, United paper, stresses enough, is without Champions League football, United cannot attract the talent they want to Old Trafford. So this is why I keep saying focus on getting back into the Champions League first, and obviously don't get yourselves knocked out in the group stage, then strengthen your defence. That's the first fundamental thing. Strengthen the defense and don't get knocked out in the group stage. Simple as that. League is league.
Should have done that in the summer.
Should have done that in the summer with all this hoo-ha.
We need the defender in the summer. I don't know why we didn't get one.
All the hoo-ha, Open Meccano and Max Arrows and co. But nope, here we are now. Alas, boys, we could complain all night, but the next best thing we should do is find a way to compose ourselves and put our prayers up to anything but a Man City win tomorrow. We need something that is not favouring the Sky Blues, because if a draw happens in that game, we can still level points on top again.
A draw ain't too bad. A draw is the best.
A draw is not bad. Exactly. A draw is not bad. A defeat from Liverpool, though, I don't like supporting Liverpool, but we may need something. We may need a miracle to save our hopes of staying close to Man City. We've closed the gap, but we're not there yet. So to be there, get in front and get away.
But we could have been. We could have been there and above.
We put ourselves in
this position.
Silly mistakes. The mistakes that you don't even see 12-year-olds commit sometimes. We're seeing from professional players that are getting 100, 200 grand a week, and you're telling me I've seen my brothers play football, and their team don't even make the centre backs don't even make these mistakes that Lindelof and Maguire are making. And the goalkeeper are making. Like,
I swear the word shambles comes up too much with United's defence, but that's what they are sometimes when we can see
Chuckle Brothers. They're the new Chuckle Brothers after Smalling and Jones.
Victor and Harry, the Chuckle Brothers. Incredible. Well, that's it from us, boys and girls. We've appreciated all of you tuned in. We've had enough ranting and willowing. I'm going to go back and watch more Arsenal fans getting angry at the referees again. That will make my day
Arsenal fan TV. Love that.
That's going to make my day a little bit better. I could stop thinking about the draw until tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Yeah. So we'll be back on Tuesday night, me, Kai, and Mehdi again for the FA Cup tie when United pass town. For those of you who've been with us on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Hit the like button and subscribe if you want more of this excellent.
Keep following us.
Yeah.
Do the same on Twitter. Like, share, and hit the follow button.
Help us grow.
Yeah, make sure. Absolutely. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care. We'll see you on Tuesday. We need to find a way to cool down now. Adios, everyone.
See you guys later.